It's a MOTU, G.I. Joe, and Star Wars hat trick right now on Toy Habits Live. And before we go live, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can be alerted to future live streams so you can get in on the discussion. Sorry. Hey, everyone. Sorry, we are having a technical difficulty with these banners. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're finally watching Toy Habits Live.
And yes, you are. We are so happy to be here with all of you to share all the news and talk about what went on during the week. And again, what a week we had.
Oh my gosh, it's been an incredible week of so much news. We got Joe, we got MOTU, we got Star Wars. It's like there's so much to talk about.
Oh, there totally is. And we have a bunch of people that are showing up in the chat. So why don't we say hello to the folks that are on promptly at the start of this live stream?
Hey there, my buddies Customs, German Retro Toys, Quentin Dude, how's it going? Hot Dog, that's a good one. King Panther is here. Hey Nolan, we got Cowabunga Dude's here too. Hey, Mr. Home Arcade, how's it going? Good old Charlie Weaver is here too. And Giraffe, always a laugh with Giraffe, right? Radical Retros in the house. Henry G. Guru PC Glass. Black Phoenix 77. Eternian Eclipse. Jeffrey Mayfield. Henry G. Christopher Para. Tila Carbonite. I'm only going to show a couple more because we got so many people joining in. Blaine McGovern. Jace Trevor. Oh, gotta say hi to Silver K. How's it going, Silver K? Danny Rodriguez, and we got so much more. We got Pride of Grayskull. And also, I'm going to give a shout out to Baroness of Toys. How's it going, Baroness? And might as well, let's just finish it off. We got Frank Pryor, Alf Inflit, and Antonio Reyes. How's it going, guys? Okay, last one. No freebie for you. And whoever else joins in the chat, hi to everybody. We got people popping in, and I can't keep up. So with that, let's start it off, Michael.
Yeah, so let's first dive in with the New Eternia Masterverse news, and this relates to the forthcoming New Eternia Deluxe Ram Man and New Eternia Clawful figures. And so, we were digging around the net like we usually do, and we popped onto the deep discount website, and it looks like they had updated a couple of the descriptions for the figures. And I don't know if this was a mistake on their part because a lot of their other descriptions are generic, but it turns out they had the descriptions for New Eternia Clawful and New Eternia Ram Man. So we have a little bit more information on those. So
yeah.
Maybe we'll start with Clawful here. And it's interesting because in my travels around the net, I cannot come up with any type of concept art aside from his comic book appearances or appearances in books that could give us any clue about what his New Eternia appearance is going to look like.
Exactly. And, the description on there is a little bit confusing in that it does describe several pieces that come with Clawful. And so we're going to try and decipher what those are. But in my opinion, I think, he's going to be very similar to the MOTU Classics version of him. And let's go ahead and take a look at Clawful's description there and see what it says that he comes with.
Yeah, so originally this figure was spec'd out as figure number 4 out of I don't know how many, but in the description you can see it saying bring home this legendary sea menace, and he comes with multiple battle ready accessories for storytelling. Of course, you have to throw in the storytelling aspect of that, and it actually confirms that this is a deluxe figure.
Yes, exactly. And if you keep looking at that description, you can tell that he does come with multiple accessories, and he's got that giant claw.
Yeah, so
So
specifically, yeah, he's got a
mhm.
huge claw. It's so kind of funny how they write this. It's ready to shipwreck an entire vessel with a single snap, and it also comes with a shell backpack, chest armor, and
Yeah.
arm armor pieces, a staff, and a shield. And some of these uh, accessories and weapons are a little bit of a head scratcher, just given that we don't have any official
Hmm.
images yet.
Yeah, and so the thing that I was a little bit confused on is that it says he comes with a removable shell backpack, chest and armor pieces. So are they referring to his actual chest armor that's like, the front and back kind of clamshell that claps together, or does he have an additional kind of back accessory? And that is what I don't know. And I haven't ever really seen Clawful with any additional backpack accessory. So let's hear what the chat has to say
Yeah,
about
we would
that.
love to. Yeah, we would love to know what you all think. But yeah, in the classics version, like this is not really I mean, I guess you could call it a backpack, but his shell just kind of came off in the classics version. But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call this a backpack. I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
pack. It does go on his back.
It's like the hard part of a lobster, right? Underneath where that covers up the meat.
Right. And
Hey there,
yeah,
Troy.
and this particular picture was taken from a book, and so the only thing that I can really imagine that they could do with this Clawful figure is maybe provide that skirt piece that he's wearing, or whatever, the loin armor, if you will, if you don't want to call it a skirt.
Yeah, so Pride of Grayskull calls that a skirt, and I thought that image, it was rather large, very, kind of like a kilt looking, but his loincloth looks rather big there. But we'll get to see what this figure actually looks like. Lost it to Boston says, would there be an early version of Clawful that would be more in line with the Filmation version? Is that what happened with
Oh,
Jitsu and Chopper?
yeah, because the Filmation version looked nothing like what Clawful looked like as an action figure. So, I
Exactly.
mean, that'd be kind of weird if they did a New Eternia Filmation version, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely. And
I don't know.
Clint Jorgensen asked, what is weird is Clawful was a regular in our 1980s MOTU hot tub parties. Sure he was. You guys were doing some like, boiled langostino there, right? Having
It's
fun
funny.
were you hanging out with Michael in the hot tub
I don't
and
know.
his
I don't
shows?
know. We're gonna talk about hot tubs every week, maybe.
Clint and Michael were playing in their hot tubs with all their toys as kids, apparently.
Oh, geez, it was fun. I mean, yeah.
Hola, hola, Juni Vole. I'm just saying hi in Spanish because he's saying hello to me.
But
um, so part of
I'm excited for the huge claw, because if you remember the NECA statue, like that's a huge oversized claw, and it actually, I hope it has
oh
like an
yeah,
action feature where you can like.
hmm definitely. And I wonder if they're going to retain that kind of spring like action feature in it, so it can actually hold on to stuff when
Mm,
you grasp with it. Because I think the versions that the one that we got for like Origins, it doesn't have a lot of like strength to his grasp,
yeah.
and the one for classics is a little bit better. So I'm hoping that they kind of hone in on that so that he can actually grab stuff. Like it would be neat if you can grab like another Masterverse figures by the head and have it hold.
Yes. Totally. Yeah, but the NECA one looks cool. Like the arm armor, I don't know, like that made me think of the New Eternia Beastman, where he had a bunch of just strap-on arm armor.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably does go really good with butter. But yeah, I'm sure, that he's going to have probably some additional armor pieces that straps onto him so he can have, two different looks, just like you can do with Zodak and a bunch of the other figures. So that would be really cool if they did that.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be on one of the arms, just given his claw is, probably super oversized on his
Mhm.
right arm. So maybe it's a one-sided arm armor.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
So I know my buddy's custom says maybe he has armor from other sea creatures being held together like by nets and seaweed. In my head, it'd be a blue crustacean armor or top of the shell, red shell he has, or something like that.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I mean that would be kind of cool if it was kind of like a aquatic themed.
Yeah.
Maybe like looks like a piece of shell or something like that.
Yeah. Um, definitely. And yeah, Silver K has got some interesting things to say always.
You can go ahead and pop it on there. Yeah.
We are talking strap-ons. Yeah, we were talking strap-on armor. So yes, we are talking strap-ons. So yeah, we're talking hot tubs and strap-ons today at Toy Habits Live. So which don't get confused. It's not Toy Habits After Dark.
Exactly. Oh my
Don't get it
god.
twisted.
We're having a gumbo party in the hot tub. Yes.
Yes.
Grayskull needs a hot tub.
Yeah. So the shield is predictable. A staff coming with Clawful is not. He usually just comes with a mace, and so I'm wondering, like, usually the Clawfuls are like you have a staff. It's like you're a leader of maybe the lobster army or the half person, half lobster army. I have no idea.
Exactly. I think Pop After needs a little bit of butter on the side there because
Oh yeah,
he wants to go to Red Lobster when talking about Clawful.
dead lobster.
Why don't we move on to Ram Man next?
All right. Oh yeah. So here's that picture of Clawful that came from the book. But from with respect to New Eternia Ram Man, so Jay from Geek Dad Life actually saw this figure in real life. So this is not the figure in real life. This is just the Revelation version that I just photoshopped in here with some concept art. But if you recall, the figure, I guess he also saw Whiplash there too. So, this is kind of getting into a little bit of comparison, but we don't actually know what Whiplash looks like, but apparently he is smaller than that. And he comes in a double wide box. So this is our first Masterverse Deluxe figure, New Eternia, in a double wide box. And it said it comes with multiple heads. The legs actually articulate, and it's a classic looking Ram Man with respect to the coloring. But again, with Deep Discount's description, it does confirm that it is a deluxe action figure, which is great. Their stock 30 points of articulation. Not I don't know how they can get 30 points of articulation in Ram Man, but we can see.
That's actually a really good thing to know that he's fully articulated.
Yes.
And it doesn't surprise me that Jay from GDL described him as smaller, because if you take a look at Ram Man, like in the cartoon or just anytime his character is depicted, he's like a short but like really stocky guy, but he
Yeah.
is smaller in like height and kind of he's really wide though. So that's cool that they've kind of adjusted his proportions so that he is true to his character. But if he's in a double wide box, you gotta think that he's probably like nice and wide, like a big chunky guy.
I hope so. And I didn't get the impression that Jay felt like he was big and chunky, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't thin him out too much or anything. But we'll see. So
But
go ahead and dive into his description there.
yeah, so Rant says so there's a couple things to note. There's a few things on a couple lines. It says this edition of Ram Man is a one-man wrecking crew. Of course, comes with 2 extra heads, 1 extra set of hands, removable chest armor, and an axe. And then on this line it says 3 heads, all with helmets. So I'm guessing the 2 extra heads plus the one that he has on his body.
Yeah.
And then he's got hands and a battle axe and things like that. So yeah, it's just interesting. And actually there is some new Eternia concept art that we'll show you, but yeah, this is basically what he's going to come with. And so it's confirmed that he's also a deluxe figure. And yeah, so looking forward to this guy.
Yeah, and I think that maybe given his like I'm hoping chunkier, as Silver K likes to say, his chunkier stature.
Chunky.
It doesn't sound like he comes chunky. He's chunky,
Chunky.
right? It doesn't sound like he comes with like a whole lot of stuff. He's got his
Yeah.
axe and then like the 3 extra heads. So that's not like a super pack out for like a deluxe figure. And it sounds like the helmets are like attached to the head. It might be like one's like faceless, so it's just on his top of his head. It might be like the other one that's kind of his more like battle, covered face, and then like maybe like the more regular look that you can see like the part of his face. I'm thinking that's probably what the 3 versions are that we've seen and we're used to, but it doesn't sound like there's like a removable, like he'll be like with his bare head or anything like that.
Yeah, and this is an interesting note here. It says that 3 heads all with helmets. So are these removable helmets? Maybe, because that's kind of a really weird sentence to write.
Yes.
Or are they just saying like he has 3 heads and they have helmets sculpted on with them?
Exactly. And I'm thinking that's probably more of what it is, because I think it'd be kind of hard to make him. Yes, he does come with chunky soup, Quentin. It'd be kind of hard to make them with the removable helmets, I think, because then they would get a little bit too big. Anytime you add a helmet to a figure, it becomes a little bit too oversized.
Yes. Yeah, we definitely need a thick Ram Man here. So, hopefully they can maybe iterate the design process, because like I really love that chunky Ram Man that came in classics. Like that, there was a whole mess of plastic that was just poured into that guy.
Yeah, that Ram Man is like the best version, in my opinion, out of all of them. So
yeah,
definitely.
totally.
Great. So why don't we dive into let's move on, and before we switch gears into GI Joe, let's do it, unless you want to keep going through the concept art.
I thought it would be neat to just because the New Eternia line is based on the concept art, and so it's like we actually have concept art, and this is taken from the wonderful Battle Ram blog resource, and so the link to the Battle Ram blog is in the description. But yeah, so we could probably see like different variations of these armor, that are removable here if he comes with, and also his head sculpts too. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that looks great. And then if you go a little further down, we do have this amazing, kind of concept art color image of Ram Man. And that's in his other, I guess, his other color mini comic colors.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really interesting to see like what Mark Taylor was drawing for the concept art, and then what actually came out as the actual figure. So
exactly.
Yeah, there's it's interesting. Like it would be interesting to see like a fully helmeted head here, because usually we kind of see his face, right?
Yeah, exactly. So usually there's like in the classics version, you have the one that it's like just his head and it looks like he's wearing like a little helmeted beanie. and then there's like his standard look. And then we have like the other one in Origins where it looks like he's got kind of have armor on it covering his face.
Yes, and I do agree, Miss Troy. I hope those are from those 2 extra heads are from the concept art, and I hope they use those knee pads too, because I think those would be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that would be really cool if they had that in there. Yeah. Silver K's on fire today. I love a helmeted head.
Stay safe out there.
Yes.
Be protected. So interesting. There was somebody in the comments that referenced Ram Man's look. First look as maybe looking more like a dwarf, and so this is also concept art that was there. And I really hope they don't go this route. But who knows? Yeah. Like we could see a bearded Ram Man.
He'll be kind of Randy Ram Man. Oh man.
But interesting, he in the drawing here you can see a blaster too, or a gun, which is neat.
Yeah, Yeah, and I mean that if they go that way, that would be like in a totally different direction to me.
Yeah.
He definitely, yeah, he looks a lot more like a dwarf with this kind of horn helmet. Uh, it's interesting, but it's definitely not the Ram Man we're all used to.
Right.
It's Alf says it's a Ram Man's great grandfather.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Yeah. Or his brother. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Or just some long lost cousin.
Yeah. It is funny. Black Phoenix, they were going to call him Jumping Jack Flash. So I think that's also an interesting name. And it's also interesting, like, in the concept art, they were drawing out like the action feature. It's like, okay, boing, boing, and he lands on his head. Okay.
I love that.
So, but yeah, I mean, I really hope that they draw inspiration from, these particular two concepts in general. I like, it would be neat to have some of the concepts combined. Like, I do like the way that
Yeah,
they did the legs over here, but I also like the knee and boot armor too.
I can see them kind of combining the two things and have like the top of the legs with sort of that standard horizontal lines in it, and then maybe bring that boot armor kind of up higher. That
Yes.
definitely that can be
Yeah, let's see
a
what
cool
else.
character.
What else can we get from here? Let's see his removable chest armor. I want to go back up to what Jay from Geek Dad Life said. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
he said that he has blue cross armor. So, I'm wondering, okay, we usually see him with silver armor. Is it like more of like Faker's kind of blue silver armor,
Mm-hmm.
or is it just like blue?
I mean, hopefully it's like a bluish gray color, or maybe just the lighting. But blue armor would be kind of odd. That's like going totally different direction on Ram's
Yeah.
part,
Yeah, and
right?
I don't know if it was just still in prototype form, and this is what they had,
Hmm.
because he was mentioning
Yeah,
too that some of the
that could
Origins
have been it.
figures, yeah, some of the Origins
Mhm.
figures had prototype
Yeah,
displays. So
yeah. It's probably just like a test fit on it. I saw that.
I love that.
King
Sorry,
Panther
I just had,
and Silver K gotta get on the After Dark.
I know, right? That's okay.
Yeah.
We hear you, and we'll figure something out. But
All right.
all right.
Yes.
Anyone
Let's
else in the
see.
chat looking? I guess which one of these two are you looking forward to the most, Ram Man or Clawful? I think I've heard some that are looking more forward to Clawful, going to pass on Ram Man possibly, and things like that. So, which
Yeah.
one are
So
you looking
let
forward
us.
to?
I think I'm looking forward to Ram Man.
Yeah.
I do have the classics version, thanks to you. That was one of your extras. So I built out my classics collection thanks to Michael. But and if he doesn't come out, to all my heart's desire, it's okay because I think I have the quintessential version already. But that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. But Clawful's going to be really cool. So
Yes. Yes.
how about
Totally.
you?
Yeah, I
Which
think
one are
I'm
you looking
looking forward to Ram Man as well. And I
for?
actually I can't wait to see what he comes with, and like why he's in that double wide box. I hope they don't pull a She-Ra and kind of just space everything out in the box. I'm like, okay.
Maybe like three heads and then like the axe, and he's like on this side. Right. Definitely.
Oz, what is happening? We got
How's it
Ostradamus
going
toys in the
on?
house.
Thank you, Pop Actor. Yeah. So it sounds like a lot of people are excited about Ram Man. We got
Mhm.
we got Quentin does like Clawful. So
Yeah, and these
fantastic.
are set to come out in the June, July timeframe. So it is March, and so hopefully we can see some official images. Mattel, come on. I'm sure they
I
have.
know. It's like, we're getting into the middle of March here. Like last year, we had all these reveals, so who knows? Hopefully, they do show something. But Giraffe says that that they're looking forward to Ram Man to see what they do with them, because
Yeah.
basically the new Eternia stuff has been spectacular. You're absolutely right, Jeff.
Oh yeah.
It really has.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
And
Yeah.
I think I get more excited when something's labeled New Eternia rather than, when it's like labeled Revelation, I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
But that's me. New Eternia, I'm like, heck yeah, like it's exciting.
Right.
So I'm totally, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I guess
So,
the wild card is just trying to see what Clawful will be like, because there's really like,
mhm,
with Too Bad, with Ram Man, with some other ones, you can kind of
mhm.
tell like where they're drawing the inspiration from. I have no freaking clue where they're going to draw this inspiration from, or if they're going to go with a meld of the NECA statue and
Yeah,
the classics
exactly.
figure. But, yeah, available next week on Palmart, right?
Yeah, I know. Watch, like we're talking about it now, and then it pops up.
That's funny.
That's great. All right. Why don't we move on to our next topic real quick before going into the GI Joe
Yeah.
section?
Yes.
Great. So Trapjaw came up for its time to pre-order, and I think it ended. Was that yesterday or Friday or Thursday? It
Let's
closed.
see. I think it ended on the 9th, so my calendar
Okay,
math
yeah.
these
So
days, I don't know.
that was Thursday. So I don't know if any of you guys caught Mega J's Retro's stream. I guess it was on a Wednesday afternoon, and he was talking about FOMO, and if trying to decide if you wanted to even order Trapjaw, and he's really pricey and stuff. And then all of a sudden, his chat lighted up with some crazy super chats to kind of get him over the edge so that he can pre-order it.
Yeah.
And it
I
looks
know,
like
darn,
Mondo got wind of it.
that Mondo Trapjaw is so expensive. I'm just
It
kidding.
is. It is ridiculously expensive because he comes with like a ton of accessories.
Right.
But yeah, so Mondo got wind of it. They sent him a letter, and they actually want to give away a Mondo Trapjaw to Jay's viewers. So if you head over to our website or go over to Jay's channel, you will see the video of, oh boy, Mondo sent me a letter. Or on toyhabits.com, we covered this in an article. Anybody here watching and any of Jay's viewers can enter to win. And we've got the 4 steps on there. So basically, you subscribe to Jay's channel, like his video that we're showing right there, and comment on it. Basically, hashtag MJR Mondo Trapjaw giveaway, and then share the video, and you're entered to win. So some lucky fan viewer out there is going to actually be able to win a Mondo Trapjaw, which
Yeah.
is so cool of them, right?
It is very cool, and yeah, it kind of goes against what another YouTuber was saying, that these companies don't watch us or listen to us, but obviously they do. Like, maybe not companies as big as Mattel, but um,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I want to bring up TW's comment just around Trapjaw not being so
Mhm.
expensive. Yeah, I think for a 12-inch figure with all of these accessories that he comes with, I mean, he's kind of like a deluxe figure, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like He-Man, and it, although he doesn't have like 3 looks that you can change him into, he actually does come with a Cronus.
I mean, yeah, you
Look,
can,
so
because
yeah,
he can be, you know, you can give him the other looks with his head, and
yeah,
Cronus. You can make him into Cronus. You can make him into the more vicious Trap John. I guess the other version that he looks a little bit more subdued. So he does
oh,
have 3
totally,
looks.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But I pre-ordered this one. I'm a huge fan of the later Mondo stuff. The earlier Mondo Masters of the Universe stuff, not a super big fan of, but I really like the way they
Yeah.
did this particular figure. The Cronus head looks a little derpy to me. Like, I don't know why they
Yeah.
can't get the Cronus head right.
I don't. Poor Cronus. He has not been done justice lately. I don't know. I actually did not order this figure because I think I have PTSD from my Mondo He-Man. And it was the first one that I know of that broke in half because I got it really early, and then within a day or so, I saw people posting that it was like
Hmm.
this huge problem across the board. But it sadly turned me off of Mondo. I do have Mondo He-Man and Mondo Shira, and I think I'm going to stop there.
Yeah.
But
So
he
like,
looks amazing. He really does.
yeah, I wanted to find this version of Cronus, but yeah, I think they could have done Cronus's head sculpt a little bit different just to make him a little bit more
Yes.
fiercer and just not as dorky looking. They also kind of made him a little. They also made him weird in the Origins one too. So
Yes. Yes, they did. Um,
yeah,
again.
yeah, totally agree. Like I've bought so many Hot Toys in the last couple months. Like I don't think I have a kidney to sell anymore. It's like,
No. They got to stop releasing those new Star Wars Hot Toys because Michael's like running out of cabbage over there for it.
yeah.
It's getting
But
every time they
did,
have
did
a sale.
anyone
It's
did
like, oh
anyone
no.
pre-order this figure? And in the chat would love to know. I know that these 12-inch figures are not for everybody, and it's also the price points are really expensive. But man, the details on these are stupendous.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, they're outdoing themselves with every figure that comes out. This Trapjaw is incredibly detailed, and the amount of accessories that he comes packed with, it's like he's got everything to attach to his arm, but like the kitchen sink, you know?
Right.
There's like a ton of attachments.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
also, yeah, I want to go back to this particular picture. So the like the older Keldor version, I'm not a super, I'm not a big fan of kind of the way that they did the head sculpt there. Like the rest of the body looks
Yeah.
good, but I think
Mhm.
going forward, we're going to be seeing a lot more like better head sculpts from Mondo, just given their track record in the last few. But yeah,
Nice.
he looks cool.
Pop Doctor is offering to donate his kidney to you.
Yeah, totally. All right, who else
Uh,
pre-ordered Trapjaw here? We got Monsters from Beyond pre-ordered Trapjaw. Mondo, the best toys equals Hot Toys. Yep. Yeah, I mean they're totally, they're totally different. But
mhm.
Cronus says that smelling something rank face. Yeah, he totally does. It's like that, I think that was what I was. It's like it's kind of like smelling something foul in there, but
Yeah,
but I mean, all
exactly.
of his other attachments, like I love that little nods to the Filmation cartoon with his fly swatter
Oh,
and his
that one's really
bow and all
cool.
that stuff. Yeah,
I love the fly swatter. That's great. And look at that spike. The spiked mace that he has, the
yeah,
little long one. That's incredible.
yeah. It's very
And
cool.
the grappling hook with it looks like it has an actual string on it, which is really cool. So I wonder if you can use that for him to like, be able to slide across the hook on his head with. That'd be pretty
Yes,
neat.
yes. All right, who else? Somebody's waiting for Panther here. That is Frank.
Oh yeah.
So need new Eternia Trapjaw would be fantastic. Like
Hmm.
I don't know what they would do with him, but it's got to be better than his motherboard look. That's all I have to
Oh my
say.
god, I know. I never display him with that little robe on, but and it took me a while to get over his face, like when the jaw is open a little too wide. Like, it's only a face a mother could love.
Right. Yeah. I guess going back to your He-Man fiasco, have they sent out any replacements yet?
Mhm. No, I mean, I got an email like a month ago saying that they were going to ship it out, and then I got a shipment notification, but it turned out to just be the Shira head that we all got.
Mhm.
So I yet to receive the part, and I did put in, a like an email request to the customer service immediately, like in December. So I put it in really early. Uh, so I would think, that I would have gotten a replacement, hopefully sent in like that first batch, because they
Yeah.
mentioned that when they were going to be sending replacements, that they had enough to fill a certain amount, and then they were going to have to be producing more, and they would be coming probably later in April. So I don't know that anyone's really gotten their replacements, but if you have, sound off in the chat, because I haven't seen anybody really posting anything about getting their replacement bodies yet.
Yeah. Let's see. The Baroness of Toys was asking if he comes with a zip line. So I don't know if this is just an extra piece of thread that they used here just for the photo, but I don't know. I mean, he comes with his grappling or whatever his grappling hook.
Yeah. his
has strength.
grappling hook, which you can kind of use part of that, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't look long enough though.
No, it's just like click, like click, like just clicking on something and slide a little. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's see. Revelation Trapjaw. What's up? Yeah,
So
but
someone actually loves the motherboard look here. So we got Happy Accident that actually likes it
mhm,
because it allowed them to create their own cast of characters, and
yeah.
I have my own motherboard horde, so to speak. That's cool. I'm glad you got some use out of it, Happy Accident. That's
Yeah, I mean,
great.
I mean, the motherboard look was an interesting look. It's not my favorite, and I
Mhm.
definitely agree. It does differentiate the figure and just provide a different option. So, I'm not mad that they did it, but
Oh, no, no, no. I mean, it was cool because you have the option of like, changing it out, and
yeah,
some people like it. I don't display mine with it, but I love soft goods anyway, so
yeah.
the more soft goods the better.
Yes, I agree. But yeah, Mondo's got a they have some cool stuff coming out soon. So, we'll see if they get the QC issues down and don't have any things break in the future. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're yet to see. Hopefully, if they fix any QAQC issues on Trap Shot, hopefully he comes out okay, and everyone gets him in one nice solid piece.
Let's see. King Panther received an email for replacement body, no head, hands, or accessories, and shipping in April, and received a $50 voucher from Mondo. Oh yes, that is
Mhm.
what you received as well, which you kindly
Yes, and
passed
I
on to me.
happily donated it. I happily donated it to Michael for the good of the channel so that
Thank you.
he can get him onto Trapjaw.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right.
All
Cool.
right.
All right. Let's see. All right. So yeah, before we move on, just make sure to head over to Mega J's channel or just head over to our channel or sorry, our website and find the Mega J Retro viewers enter to win a Mondo Trapjaw article, and you can see all the steps below. And the giveaway will be live streamed Thursday, March 16th, 2023 at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So be there, y'all. You don't want to miss that.
Be there, be square, and make sure you give Mega J a like, a subscribe. He is an amazing YouTuber, fantastic friend of the channel, and he's got great content. So be sure to check him out and head on over to his channel there.
Yes, yes, yes. All right.
Yes.
So, all right. So, yes, it was a big week for G.I. Joe. And I don't know if you saw Geek Dad Life's live stream that we were on all together, but we have discussed all these reveals and pre-orders, but we actually want to hear from you. So I know that we had a kind of an impromptu live stream the night before the pre-orders and
Hmm.
reveals came out, as we got a leak from one of our trusted Toy Habit sources, which he was 5 for 5, and I can understand him being 5 for 5 as what is it? Two of the figures, or what is it? Three of the figures were Hasbro Pulse exclusives, and so I don't think he got
Hmm.
wind of those. So I thought that
Yeah,
was
because they only yeah, and there's no way they would have known of that. But they were absolutely right. All of the pre-orders that our source predicted nailed it right on the head, which was great because that helped us all get ready for pre-order day because it was hard getting all that news out. We got 8 figures for pre-order, 4 digital render reveals, and 3 name-only reveals. So there was a lot of Joe news to cover. So let's
yes.
dive in and hear what people have to say. We'll go ahead and start with. Do you want to start with the pre-orders or the digital renders there?
Yeah, I mean it could be. I mean it could be anything here. So we got a bunch of mainline pre-orders, the Hasbro Pulse exclusives, the digital renders. So if anyone has any affinity towards one or the other, happy to show it. But what's actually your favorite that you're looking forward to?
Oh my god, I had so many favorites on that list. I love Shipwreck, which is awesome. Snow Job is incredible. I do have like finally I pulled out my vintage shipwreck right here, so he's keeping me company during the live stream. Rock and Roll was like so awesome, and I'm really excited about the regular version of Bazooka. I do have the Tiger Force version, so that's been holding me over. But that version of Bazooka, his original with the red jersey, is
Mhm.
like one of my favorite real
Yeah.
American hero figures. So I can't pick a favorite because I had too many of them. But how about you, Michael?
Oh, you know where I'm going with this one. My favorite
Oh
reveal of
yeah,
that
yeah. You
particular
like the
day
one
was,
scrap iron, right?
yep, yep, it is scrap iron, and it's trying to travel down to scrap iron is, oh, there we go. Okay. So yes, I think they did a fantastic job with this particular version of scrap iron. So like there's really nothing for me to gripe about here. I think the price is right for what he comes with, and I love that drone that he has with those
Yes.
rocket launchers. Like, I can't wait to see those in person because that top of that drone really reminds me of the vintage figure.
Oh my god, it that drone is incredible, and those blast effects that they came with, but the amount of detail that they included in them, because like there's some that look like they're two different sizes, so it looks
Yep.
like the missiles are coming out like at separate times, which is really amazing. Like that they thought of that kind of detail and not just gave you two of like the same blast effects. That kind of stuff is just really cool.
It is cool. Brandon
And
Taxbury had to get 2 snow jobs, 2 shipwrecks, 2 torpedoes, and of course scrap iron. Right. One is great, 2 is better. That's the
it
motto,
is,
and
and I'm wondering, Brandon, are you buying two so you can keep one closed, or because of the box art, or you just want to have two in your collection, like one and then one just in case? Because sometimes we buy an extra figure that we love just in case it like breaks or something like that. So I'm curious to know, because it is in the windowless packaging now. So technically, you can save some money and buy one, take the figure out of the box, and still display the box because you can't see what's inside it.
yep.
Right. Torpedo and Rock and Roll were the surprise hits. Scrap Iron is just next level. Yeah, he definitely is. Definitely.
Yeah, rock and roll is, yeah, I think they did a good job, and I think this particular version of rock and roll is I think it's a little polarizing just because they put like some white or whatever that color is on him, and he's not like a straight green shirt anymore.
Yes. But that gave him a lot more variety, I think, which made him that much more interesting. I really liked how they interpreted Rock and Roll and kind of blended his original Wave 1 version with the later 1989 kind of version. It has nods to both figures, which is really nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So Paul says that Scrap Iron is his favorite out of the new batch of figures, followed by the Valkyries. Yeah, the Valkyries were very interesting. Finally having two female troop building figures on the
Mhm.
Cobra team, right? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
those look incredible. And what do you think of the genius aspect of packing them with two different color accessories? Like that was really cool, right?
I like that. Yeah, I don't like. I'm a fan of the accessories that strap on to the body parts in the backpack, but I'm not sure about the weapons. So I think they could
Yeah.
have done the weapons in a different color, but it's a small, tiny
Hmm.
gripe. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and maybe that was a cost-cutting measure, but I think that at least with them doing that, I mean, maybe that wasn't like the absolute best color. Maybe they could have picked a little bit darker brown or something like that.
Mhm.
But at least this allows you some options if you want to army build them and kind of make a variety of them in your collection and display. So that's kind of neat. And I think they also mentioned that the helmets are interchangeable. So if you want one to be a Cobra, a trooper, or an officer, and you can like swap them around, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
great too. Yeah, Copperhead came out really, really awesome too. So yeah, Quentin dude, totally agree. Yeah, Copperhead, this
Yes.
version, and of course, you got to wait for the Python Patrol version, which is probably coming out in the next wave, I'm sure, because that's how Hasbro rolls.
Of course, they've got to get their money's worth on that that new mold for Copperhead, right?
Yes, of course.
So there you go.
Of course. Some of the cooler aspects that they, the team did with this particular photo shoot was they put in Easter eggs and teases in this photo shoot, and I
Mhm.
actually love that. Uh, you know, actually, one of my friends texted
Yep.
me the screenshot and was like, "Do you see this in the background?" And it's funny because like I don't look at a
Yeah,
lot of the official like photos
I know.
of this, and
Yeah.
so I hadn't seen this before, and it's just because like I was looking at the other like digital renders and other pictures of the figures, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, and this actually further confirms that leak that we
Yeah.
that the
Mhm.
artist shark helped break back in January just around the Python Patrol Crimson Guard. So it's actually neat to kind of see him
Mhm.
in some sort of paint app that is not a digital render on the box, which is neat.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's really cool that they're starting to do that like figure teases in their art now or in their diorama shots. I must say, and it's exciting because now we're gonna have to like take a look like behind a tree or under a bunker or whatever it is. Like, what's hiding back there? And are they trying to tease out some new figures? So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, so giraffe. Like, I'm trying to save you some money there. Display the box and keep the figure. Um, so it's really cool. So besides the Python Patrol Crimson Guard, there was another amazing figure tease that they had, and of course that was the Arctic bat. And you could see there that poor Snowjob's got two bats on his tail, and he's like, with his hands up, kind of giving up there because he's got nowhere to go. And those look incredible. I mean, out of all the bat repaints, like that one, if they make it, I'm like super excited about it. What about you,
Oh
Michael?
yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm excited too, and I actually like that they put some, it looks like they had put some more like pouches and belts on this particular one, so it's not a repaint of the original bat
Mhm.
or the crimson bat. So they're doing things a little bit
Yes.
differently, and I think like there's some people that are saying like, oh, it's a different bat, and they might come with a 2-pack, but I think this is just a bat with this chest armor removed, and it's just gray on
Yes.
the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Um, and that's definitely going to be like a really cool army builder because I can see people getting multiples of those, and if you're lucky enough to live somewhere where it snows, you're going to have a blast out there with your Arctic bats and snow job, right?
Yeah, but I guess if they're going down the line with these bats, right? You could look back and see all the other bats that they made, like the jungle bat. There's so many bats that
Yeah.
they can make out of these, and they
Yeah.
probably have made them all too, because they just kind of like, okay, let's just change the paint in the factory, let's run them all through again, and we'll wait another wave.
Exactly. That's a bring on all the snow characters. I love them. Those are some of
Yeah,
my
super
favorites.
cyan berserk. I think them Arctic back will bats will be on a 2-pack. They might be. So, I don't know
Mhm.
if they'll be different enough, or maybe they'll come with that'll be actually interesting to come with all the accessories. So if you were a fan of the 50th anniversary line, the Arctic bat came from there, and he has some really amazing weapons and accessories like oversized claws and drills, and there's so many things that you can do with this
Mhm.
figure. A huge
Yeah.
sickle.
So
Like, come on.
oh my god, that's ginormous. They're going down this road with like the like kind of line of snow themed figures. So I'm hoping that they make some snow serpents.
Yeah,
That would be amazing. So you can army
yeah,
build those suckers too. But yeah,
totally.
that looks incredible. I love
Yeah.
the gray camo on his like white outfit. That looks
Mhm.
really neat. So I'm hoping
Oh,
they
it does look
incorporate some of
awesome.
that.
Are we getting underwater bats? Yeah, they'll like short circuit.
You got to have something to keep torpedo company in your fish tank, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, we need snow serpents, and those are actually those are pipeline reveals, so they are coming down the line. So yeah, they need to make
Hmm.
those sooner rather than later. And it actually looks like, based on this particular tease, that they're kind of building out that polar
Yeah.
aspect of it. So we could see these snow serpents and this Arctic bat maybe coming out in the same wave.
Definitely. And that would be incredible, like just to like build out that snow line, you know.
Oh yeah,
I'd love for
that
them
would
to
be
make a
awesome.
snow cat. Like, how cool would that be?
Oh geez, yeah, a
I know.
classified
What
scale
were-
snow cat.
I
Yeah.
know. That would be so cool.
Yes, for the person complaining that she has no
No
space anymore.
space. I still don't know where I'm putting that his tank. I have no idea.
Hot dog, Michael, hot tub bats. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I'm totally down with that. We actually took the hot tub out of our house in this current house that we're in because we couldn't find a house that didn't have a hot tub. So
Oh
I found
man.
like nobody used it and we're like, all right, it's gotta go. So but I think I might have to get it back if they make hot tub bats.
Yes. Either that or, you know, start using the bathtub again. So Frick something says they got the proper snow troopers, but I think even a basic repaint of the troops in white and some sort of first shoulder piece would be an easy reuse. I think that would look really cool too, because they already have like the Cobra troopers. They can make them like Arctic troopers or something like that, or maybe just kind of change out the head and add some accessories and make those, you know, more into a snow serpent.
Yeah,
that'd be really close. Yeah,
that would be awesome.
yeah. Yeah, can't wait for that HasLab hiss. Me too. Just not, thanks, Hey Troy. Just knock out a wall and build out. You have room for more toys.
Yeah, I mean, actually,
That is
this
so
I could probably knock down this wall because there's attic space down there, but
Oh yeah,
it's just money, right? Which is all going to
that's
toys.
exactly. But that's the most important thing here, right?
Yeah,
The
but
funnest
yeah,
thing.
totally. But yeah, it's super cool that we have all these teases, and I guess if you are, and a lot of the fans of the channel are fans of MOTU, so you know that Masters of the Universe has been doing this forever, and Origins, it'd actually be really cool if they started to do this moving forward in the line. So Emily or Lenny,
Yeah.
if you're watching, anyone from Hasbro, please keep doing this. This is really fun.
It is so fun. I was like stoked to actually see them starting to do like bigger teases, like, and they're kind of like, you know, kind of all misty and blurred out in the background, which makes it that much more fun.
Yes.
So Chaz says we do need that snowmobile, and I totally agree.
Yeah. It's one of those vehicles that's really small in scale. So, you know, we can definitely see something like this. If they can do an air chariot, they can definitely do something like this.
Yeah, they got to do a snowcat. Come on.
Yeah, totally.
A snowmobile is like totally tiny. That would be great too. I'll be happy with the snowmobile.
Yes, thank you, Silver
Smack
K.
that
Yeah,
like, y'all.
please smack that like. It tells YouTube to deliver our wonderful live streams and videos to other folks like you who enjoy them. So we enjoy all y'all.
Exactly.
So we appreciate your support as well. Just give it a smack, give it a rub, whatever you want.
Seems like the polar battle bear is within reason. It definitely is. So let's see. Maybe we'll get one. Who knows? Build out that line, Hasbro.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would. That really would. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the render reveals now.
Oh yes. Yeah, the render reveals. So yes, we got let's see.
There's some really exciting render reveals in there this time around. We got 4 render reveals, and those included Tunnel Rat, which wasn't that one of the figures that I said I was hoping that they would do. So it was Tunnel Rat, Low Light, Shadow Tracker, and Firefly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go over
yeah,
these.
really great to see these in digital render form. Yeah, so Tunnel Rat looks great. Low Light looks great. You know, kind of a nod to his 25th anniversary pack out that he came with his you know, gear that stows in his briefcase. I think that's cool. Like every sniper should have a briefcase.
Yeah. And didn't John from GDL say he loves when like he could stow away the parts of his his rifle in a bag like that.
Yes, yes.
That's pretty cool.
Now, interesting, Brandon. Why do you need 4 fireflies and 4 tunnel rats? I would love for you to follow up on this comment. I don't know what
Yes,
you would
I
do with that.
definitely need to know what the use of all of those are. I'm just totally, very interested
Wait,
in
and
that.
4 lowlights? Okay. I'm really okay. I'm really, really curious now. So definitely
Yes.
respond back because I'm super
Yeah,
curious
let
now.
us know. What are you gonna do with all of those? We want a rundown.
Yes.
And what do you guys think about the new Firefly that's there? Because I was like really excited about that. The first version of Firefly, just to me, because he was in early in the line when all of the figures looked a little bit more kind of like kind of futuristic techno, more into that video game look or whatever. I love this version of Firefly. That's like the classic, American Hero version of him. Because that flak jacket that the first one came with, and it's like all up on its neck, I
Yeah.
couldn't stand it, so I boiled them in hot water and ripped it off, and I put something else on them.
Yeah.
But this looks amazing. So
Oh,
what do
it
you guys
totally
all
does.
think in the chat?
All right. So Brandon is obsessed with all of those figures. So he just wants them all, which
He
I
just
can
wants a bunch.
understand. I can relate.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Really, another Firefly, yes. If if you haven't,
It's only the second one.
yeah, it's not
It's
like
not
Snake
another
Eyes
Snake
or
Eyes.
Roadblock, right?
Yes, we have way too many of those.
Yeah,
And he comes with a little remote control car to blow things up, that you
yeah,
can put your ammunition and all those explosives on that thing. So how
yeah.
cool is that?
It's very
That's
cool.
awesome.
It's very cool. Um, yeah. So, yeah. What do people think about Shadow Tracker? Is that something people are looking forward to? I mean, I think he's cool. I'm not sure if I will get him or not. I don't really have an affinity towards the character, but he does look super badass.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I don't have a lot of background with the character either, but he looks kind of creepy and kind of cool, and sort of reminds me of like maybe that all the masks that came with Zartan as well. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like he should be part of the Dreadnought group or something. So
Yeah,
he's kind of cool.
totally,
Yeah,
totally. Trying to think
yeah.
the so let's see, was Lowlight, I think, was in the Slaughter's Marauders as well. So I'm sure that we will see him
Yes.
in a Slaughter's Marauders deco. And actually, this got me thinking too with Shipwreck, he came out uh in a Euro Tiger Force form as Marujo.
Hmm.
So, I'm wondering if we
Yeah.
could see a Tiger Force repaint of him, kind of akin to Outback, like they did,
You
in Outback's
you
first
can
release.
guarantee it. You can guarantee that Hasbro's going to do a repaint in Tiger Force form of him. I'm telling you, they're gonna get their money's worth. And but he looks great. I mean, I love his blue jeans and then like the little peg leg on Polly. Like he looks really great. And then of course, Silver K was commenting on his hairy chest,
Oh yeah.
which I think looks incredible.
Yes.
Uh,
Hasbro definitely they're making them lifelike. They got the hair going.
mhm.
But
Yep.
yeah, Shadow Tracker. Let's see. Yeah, Giraffe. No idea about Shadow Tracker. Was he was he released for millennial kids? I'll pass, but that one's a cool looking figure. So okay, I think he was released in the Rise of Cobra line. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're not
And was he
familiar with it.
actually inspired by the Predator movie? Kind of looks
I
like
have
it.
no idea. No clue.
I don't know either. Brandon loves that version of Shipwreck as well. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, and then I guess with the digital render reveals, I forget somebody was mentioning too, like they would rather see the teases in the photo shoots
Yeah.
versus the pipeline reveals. So I think it's actually neat. You know, I think both are
Yeah.
cool, but it kind of gives you a list of things to look forward to. But yes, we do also have the pipeline reveals too as well, and kind of we actually are keeping track of this in a full list article if you ever want to go on and see what has been pipeline revealed.
Yeah.
But the pipeline reveals for this particular live stream this week were Big Boa, Mutton Junkyard, and Quick Kick, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Quick Kick is a really cool character. That was my favorite of the 3 pipeline reveals. Yet another shirtless character in the line along with Big Boa. So now, Dr. Mindbender is going to have some company and he can be part of your shirtless club on your classified display. But he's going to look incredible. Like, this is a really cool custom of Quick Kick. But I can't wait for his actual action figure. Like, I'm excited about this one. What do you think? What are you guys thinking of that?
Yeah, Yojo ARAH. If you have not come across him on Instagram, he is a fabulous G.I. Joe and Cobra customizer, and he is making all of these figures in classified scale. So yeah, I think this definitely is like, we look to customizers like Yojo ARH and Stronach's Customs, if you know him as well, just for inspiration on like what these figures could actually look like, because of course these are only pipeline reveals.
Exactly. So it's good to at least get a good image of it in mind. And these customs are amazing in that scale. They've got a lot of detail, and they do fantastic work. So it's fun
totally.
to kind of dream about what they'll look like when Hasbro actually produces them, right?
He also did he also did a Mutton Junkyard as well, and the dog is huge. Like, it looks like it's articulated, just in the socket joint there. But
yeah, Junkyard's gonna be like so cool. I can't wait for that one.
Totally.
I'm like more excited about Junkyard than Mutt for some reason. But Mutt's like awesome, but like I don't know, just like the dog, like what they're gonna do with him with his little collar and teeth and stuff. Like, he's just gonna be really fun.
Totally.
Mutt and Junkyard should be great. Yeah, those are gonna be like really fun, really, really fun character.
Yep. What's up, All Music fan? How are you?
Hey.
Yes, Mutton Junkyard. It's cool. Let's see. All right. King Panther.
Pooch is cute.
I'm actually...
Again, I choose to be shirtless with Toy Habits after Doc commences in the future. I'm sorry. All right, that was priceless, King Panther. Go ahead, Michael.
Yes. Super, like, I think my favorite out of this lot for a pipeline reveal is Big Boa. Speaking of shirtless action figures or shirtless people, but he was, I think, one of as the Joe line drew on later in the years, they got a little crazier in their sculpts, and how they went off the rails in the early 90s. But I think this is like a good in between for a figure that you could think it's like, okay, it's a boxer, it's a trainer. We definitely need that punching bag though that he came with this.
Yeah, and I love that custom has the removable helmet, so you can see like what he looks like underneath. So I hope that Hasbro does something like that with Big Boa as well.
Yeah,
and doesn't just hold on, a helmeted head.
Yeah, so I kind of like the way that Yojo ARAH did his armor here, and it's removable, and then he has that that piece to protect the family jewels too. So
yes, exactly. That's always all important. One.
Yeah, and I guess Hasbro
very. It's amazing the attention to detail that they have there.
Yes, Miss Troy, Big Boa is so much fun. Also Raptor. So interesting you also mentioned Raptor. If you go on to Yojo ARAH's Instagram page, he actually just made a Raptor, and I think he put that on today. So you can actually get a sneak peek. If they actually did a Raptor in the classified series, this is probably what it's going to look like. But creepy owl cosplay.
So some people say that they're not big fans of Big Boa. Some people really like him. Sorry. Well, they have to spread out the characters as they go on through the line and do some deep cuts and do some mainline characters
Yeah.
and kind of intermix it. And that's the only way that Mattel's going to be, I mean, sorry, Hasbro is going to be able to extend the line,
Yeah.
a lot longer, is by kind of making sure that they interplay the right characters and not like put out like all the mainline characters all at once. So it makes sense to kind of sprinkle in a little bit of the more obscure characters here and there, the deep cuts.
Yes. But actually the something that I'm remembering from the live from their previous live streams, they mentioned that they're doing
Hmm.
5-figure waves from now on, but
Yeah.
they only revealed 4 figures last time. So I'm wondering if they are silently backtracking on their 5-figure
Mm-hmm.
waves now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a cost-cutting measure, given that they were, recently
Yeah.
downsizing their staffing at Hasbro. So I don't know
Well,
if anyone else
what did they
picked up
cut?
on that.
Like 15% or something like that. So maybe
Yeah.
that's just about like, taking one out of the five,
Yeah,
roughly.
that's true.
Like, that's the same proportionate amount right there,
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah. But no, I'm super excited about the Joe releases, and yeah, I think they kicked off their GI Joe fan stream for the year with a bang, and I'm actually glad that it was rescheduled from February to March, and so maybe they were able
Yeah.
to add more figures in the mix.
Yeah, definitely. Um, and I think it was a good thing that they did have it a month later because they were able to get everything together and not compete with all of the releases last month. There was just way too much going on with like Marvel Legends and Star Wars, and this gave like the Joe team a day to themselves and let everybody focus on all their amazing reveals.
Yes. Yes. Get that ramen toy head to put him on. You have the Ivan Drago version. Love that. Yeah. If you haven't heard, Ramen Toys has redone the hideous Dolph Lundgren head that Mattel has put on their figures.
Could they put a little button and he just goes, "I will break you."
I must agree.
I must break you. That'd get old after a while, but it'd be cool.
Yeah. I don't think I just have it on repeat.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
All right, let's we're gonna switch gears here, and I don't know if we have fans of the Star Wars retro collection. Funny story. The Toy Sorceress got me back into Star Wars with these dang Star Wars retro collection figures, but since I see Chaz the Guru still hanging out in the chat, um, Chaz actually picked these up at Frankensons, and this is the Star Wars Retro Collection 6-pack number 2. And it's funny because these things they were revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. They have not gone up for pre-order, but there is this magical place
Wow.
in Southern California called Frankensons, which you know very well because you live very close to there.
Is Frankenstein's in Narnia? Do you go into magical land when you get to Frankenstein's? I mean, where do they get this stuff, right?
I
Like
know, right?
this, it's like drop it off the back of a truck. They're getting like all these things. It's like, oh, it was revealed yesterday. Now it's at Frankenstein's. It's incredible. The
Right.
stuff that people are finding out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
make a trek there probably next weekend.
oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Blaine. He goes to Frankensons and actually scored a. We talk on
Mhm.
Instagram quite a bit, and he shares his Frankensons hauls, especially in the Palmart booth, which has got to be magical.
Oh yeah.
But
And
thank you so
then
much, Chaz the Guru, for taking all these pictures. So this is a picture of him just holding the Precious. I'm sure that he is either bought it or going to buy it, but I'm sure like that was pretty wacky. That he got this, and actually I don't know. I think he got it from the Toy Hideout in Frankensons.
oh,
So
okay. Toy Hideout. I gotta remember that. I gotta go look for it. I actually am so excited about this retro Star Wars 6-pack. I've been waiting for it for like the longest time. When the first original retro figures came out, I went to 20 different Targets looking for them. This was 3 years ago, and I scored like 6 boxes at one Target, and like immediately just like opened them up with like my keys and bought them all because I bought some for my friends, and I felt like I did something wrong, but like I left with like I forgot how many, like 30 some odd sets of figures, and yeah, I got one for my sister and a friend at work. But ever since that line came out, if you have these brand new figures in your hand and just the incredible way that they did them and the plastic, it feels just like Kenner 1977 in your hands.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting to complete that first 12 set for 3 freaking years. So I totally need to get these. Like, I am very excited, and I need that shiny back metal C3PO and a brand new R2D2. Like, I am just so over the moon over these.
Oh yeah, I definitely I definitely share that sentiment there, and I thought you'd be super excited about these.
I am. That's why I'm gonna go hunting for them next weekend.
Yeah, interesting. The Jawa comes with his soft goods cape, but I think in the original
Mhm.
Jawa release they had a vinyl cape for him. So I would love actually to see them release a vinyl cape Jawa, in this retro line. I think would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool if they could make that a special edition. And I actually have several of those that I got from that amazing custom site. And why is the name? Oh, Stan Solo. I apologize. We wrote multiple articles on it, but Stan Solo Creations make these incredible, reproduction vinyl cape Jawas, and they're only like $14 a piece. They're really cool. I actually love this version, the soft cape version of the Jawa. It's always been my favorite, just because I love soft goods on on figures. So I'm happy that they chose this version, and I'm gonna have to buy several boxes of these.
Yeah.
So gotta build
Chaz,
out that
if you're hanging out in the chat, did you open any of these, or are you keeping these on card? And if you yeah, would love to know that. And also, which is your favorite one of the lot? So would love to
Yeah,
know
let
that.
us know.
So I think you're the
And
only person who has these in hand that we know of at the moment.
so what's the chat think about this? Are you guys like excited about these Star Wars figures? And because they are in that six pack, in the box six pack that is a little bit more expensive, I think the card backs are better on these than what we just got in the Return of the Jedi
Oh,
retro collection cards.
that would be
When
awesome.
they redid the New Hope, they put that on a thicker card back. So I think these are probably on the better card back.
Oh, interesting. All right, Disney Park and Shop Disney exclusive. Okay, so
Hmm.
yeah, we should. But again, where the heck are the pre-orders, right? Like, come on.
I don't know. And maybe they're not going to put pre-orders up.
Maybe.
Hasbro was intimating that there's some things like with the new Indiana Jones retro figures, they only put Indy up for pre-order, and the rest of them are just going to show up on shelves and online.
Yeah.
So they may be not doing pre-orders for these. Maybe they're just going to start showing up. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting too.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually too, I like that they went with the Death Squad commander because he was basically he was changed to, I think, the Star Destroyer commander in the Return of the
Yes,
Jedi line. So I'm actually glad that they went
exactly.
with the original name here. And
Hmm.
actually, we can ask Chaz this. Like, Chaz, how are the card backs on here? Are they thicker? Kind of like that first six pack if you have that one. We
Yeah,
should
let
just
us
have
know.
Chaz.
And on those, you're able to. We should. On those, you're able to peel off the sticker kind of easy, right? That little retro sticker. I think
Yeah,
just by heating it with like a hair dryer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Should we throw not to put Chaz on the spot, but we should throw Chaz a link to join the live stream and talk
yeah,
about these,
definitely. If you have those figures, you want to show them to us. Like
or just
we're
talk
chomping
about
at
them.
the bit.
Like, I think it's neat.
Yeah, or
Like,
just talk
I'm
about
gonna
it. Yeah.
no pressure, Chaz. I just DM'd you on Instagram the link to join the live stream if you want, and we can see you backstage. If you come in, but no worries if you don't or can't or just not in a place right now. But hey, we like to keep it to funky fresh on Toy Habits, so we're
Yeah.
down for anything.
And
Let's see. He did.
R2, I mean,
Yes.
oh
Art.
yeah, R2 is going to be like super cool because it's so hard to find a good condition R2D2, a vintage one. The back metal on the top tends to get pitted. and worn out. And of course, the label, it yellows and peels, and it's just like it's really difficult to find one. So now you're gonna get like a fresh, minty, brand new R2D2. Like I'm so
Oh,
excited about this one.
oh, Chaz.
Card back. Oh,
That's
you
all
just
right. No,
broke my heart.
this is great intel. And actually, Chaz is driving at the moment, so he
Oh,
cannot
okay.
tune into the live stream.
No worries. Well, be careful, dude. I know you're like chatting on the chat here. Hopefully, you're using your voice text. I know
Yes.
I do this sometimes too. I jump on a live stream when I'm driving home from work and I'm stuck in traffic, but I try and use my voice chat, and then sometimes it does misinterpret something I'm saying, and I hit send and it goes through on the screen. I'm like, no, I did that the other day.
That's
so
funny.
Be careful, Chaz.
Yes. Tusken Raider looks great. And all these things look pretty much like the vintage figures. So it's not, it's not a surprise what these things look like, but it's actually really cool to see these again. And yeah, I mean, with the thin card backs, I think I might skip trying to peel the retro collection stickers off, but I actually do keep a set carded and I do open one. So if I do try this, I open, I try the hair dryer trick on the stickers for the one that I'm going to open in case I just mess it up. So.
Yep. And I did buy an extra set of the Return of the Jedi ones, and I ended up having to just sell them at cost because I was so disappointed in the card backs. Not only were they really thin, they came a little bit damaged, but the photographs on them were very like grainy and dim. These look much better though, just from the pictures that Chaz posted, like the photographs of the characters, Obi-Wan and R2C3PO and all of them. It looks like they're much more vibrant than what we just got on the Return of the Jedi cards, don't you think?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I was not happy with the whole Return of the Jedi cards, and yeah, Hasbro needs to get some little bit thicker card stock because, of course, you want to probably keep a set of these on card. It's like there's such a nostalgic pull for this, and that is why I got so into these. The Toy Sorceress, wrote up an article about the first 6-pack that was even available, and it was the Return of the Jedi figures, and I was like, wow.
Return of the Jedi was. You're like, what? And then Michael went over the deep end on Star Wars collecting after that.
Yeah. Hot Toys.
Oh, and we launched this incredible Star Wars shop pages. Every single retro collection, vintage collection, and Black Series figure that has ever been made. We have shop pages for every single line. So check them out on our website on toyhabits.com. But if you're looking for anything, and Michael did an awesome job with all the newer lines of Star Wars movies, like all the Black Series figures, because there's so many cool ones too.
Yeah, I mean, I think our whole point for making these was just making all of these figures easy to find for people, and so I know it's hard, and so especially on the Black Series and Vintage Collections one, I basically had broken out all of the Black Series, not by wave but by movie. That's how I think of
by movie.
That's how I think of these
by movie or by TV show. Whatever the media is for each one, they're all in order. And there's links to find them, so you guys can go in there and go back years to whatever figure it is that you want in your collection for Star Wars toys, and they're on there. We just haven't done the actual vintage figures yet, but I'll dive into that eventually.
Oh, geez, yeah.
that'll be another project.
Yes. Good evening, Masterversal Toy Hunter. What is up? All right. So again, thank you, Chaz, for these in-hand images, and really excited about the, just being able to order these and just having something else to throw on the wall. So I guess I'm going to have to throw them over there because there is space.
Exactly. I actually have the original 12 lined up right here in front of my TV set, 5 feet from me, and I'm looking at them and I'm just getting so excited. I can't wait to get those.
All right. All right. So just kind of going down the Star Wars retro collection theme, there were also official images revealed this week on the Book of Boba Fett retro collection figures. And I actually love that they're doing these retro collection for these kind of newer media that they're putting out and newer TV series, because if these series came out in, you know, the late 70s and early 80s when Star Wars movies were coming out. These are pretty much what these are going to look like.
I know. I love how they interpret like these new modern characters into that vintage feel. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's so fun to see them like turn them into, you know, like the 1970s Kenner 5 POA figures. It's really fun.
Yes, it totally is. And yeah, we got some really cool so these were actually pipeline reveals, and it was from
Mhm.
one of their Star Wars live streams. So it's actually really cool to see kind of how they're doing this. You know, we have that Book of Boba Fett logo. We have the first
Mhm.
Boba Fett figure, which is the Boba Fett from the Dune Sea, which is interesting. He's got that soft goods cape and
Mhm.
that Tuscan, what do you call that thing? Is it a staff or a club?
Called a gaffy stick,
Oh, a gaffy
actually.
stick, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like he you know kicked some butt on a one of the Tuscan warriors there and took his gaffy stick for his own.
Yeah, in the series, he actually carved it out of wood. So that was one of his
Oh, very cool.
yeah. So it's like it's funny, you know, as I'm watching these TV series, like you get an affinity towards these characters, and it's like I want this now because I really love the show. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think they did a good job. You know, it's kind of hard to it's hard to mess up the actor's likeness in this form because you know he's a bald-headed dude and he kind of has
Yeah.
a really distinct look on him. And yes, Miss Troy, the soft goods on this look very nice, kind of like what they did with the Jawa too.
Yeah. It looks a little bit like layered. I don't know if just because it's like so thick and like big, but
Mhm.
it's hard to tell. Maybe it has like a little hood and then the rest of his robe.
Yeah.
But they did an incredible job, and it still retains that retro, you know, vintage feel. It looks
Oh,
great.
totally. Yeah, it's funny in the carded shot there is some red showing through here. So I guess if you can
Mhm.
take off his if you can take off his robe, you can see what lies underneath.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
all
that
right.
one's gonna be that's a must buy.
Yes,
I
yeah.
love
So
that
here
one.
is here's the shot you know of
Mhm.
Boba with his newly formed gaffy
Gaffy
stick.
stick.
And um
Yep.
interesting in the series the Tusken Raiders didn't actually have a you know that vintage Star Wars look to them like they appeared in the movie and stuff. So they were all, you know, they were all like one little clan in the Dune Sea, and they all had different outfits. But
Yeah.
really cool stuff. Of course,
Mhm.
so the Mandalorian shows up in a couple of the episodes. That might have been two or
Mhm.
three, but um, it's funny because it's basically like there was a few episodes that focused on Boba Fett, and then like the latter ones focused on the Mandalorian, and then kind of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian kind of joined forces
Oh,
to
nice.
rid Cad Bane of off of Mos Espa. So looks like we
That's
are getting
cool.
another Mandalorian with the Book of Boba Fett. And I have my uh
Mhm.
Mandalorian you know retro figure that was released from the Mandalorian, and I can't really tell the difference if they're just gonna pack him in as a repaint or just kind of do something a little bit shinier with his armor, but he looks kind of exactly the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, there might be some small variations to him, but he's probably gonna be very close to the same figure.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the Book of Boba Fett too, and I actually love that the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, kind of those two um, timelines and just storylines merged together into one really cool series. So if you haven't watched it, um, check it out.
Yeah, that's, like, really cool.
Miss Troy Hasbro cannot Mando any line these days. Yes, got to throw a Mandalorian into everything, right?
Yes. Yeah. They had to
Yeah.
squeeze him
So
in there somehow.
I was actually hoping that we would get an unhelmeted version of Din in this one. I think we're right for one because yeah,
Mhm.
they could have easily done that. They could have just kind of swapped out that helmet and just stuck an unhelmeted version on him, which I thought would be cool. But I guess if you're a Mandalorian, you're not supposed to take your helmet off, so maybe that's sacrilege.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
Uh,
yeah, I mean, I think
he looks great though. He
yeah.
does. Yeah.
I do love the dark saber accessory. That's really cool. So I guess
Yeah,
that's the
that's new though, right? That
yeah.
didn't come
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
original version.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that
Mhm.
they're gonna do a little bit shiny armor and they
Mhm.
can yeah, that dark saber is very cool. Oh, and of
Awesome.
course we get Grogu.
So that is actually really cool. Such a nod to the vintage, Yoda with Bespin Luke, and I've actually got this is the retro collection version of him right here. But this backpack is a vintage backpack that he's got on right there that Yoda's sitting in, and I love that they did a nod to this original backpack in the same blue color for
Yeah.
him to sit in because he's got to have his little like training backpack. Now, I know in the pipeline reveals, they also, I believe they revealed, Jedi Luke as well,
Yes.
but
Mhm.
and I could not find him as part of this wave of figures, although he's in the photograph here with Grogu in the backpack.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that Luke. This is probably either the one that came out
The
with
Return
Return
of
of
the
the
Jedi.
Jedi, or it's just
Mhm.
maybe they just didn't have the render reveals ready, or they're waiting for something. I don't know.
Exactly,
But
and I don't know how much different it's going to be, but I would like to see like the kind of like that Endor version with like the other outfit or something a little different. Would be kind of cool if they did that with him.
oh
But
yeah.
this is like really I love it. I gotta get that. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, it totally is. Um, let's see. We got a question if let's see. Didn't Moff Gideon come with the dark saber? I'm actually trying to look up to see how they yes, he did
Mm.
actually. So yeah, this is just a repack
Mhm.
of that the dark saber from the Moff Gideon
Yep.
thing. So
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Hasbro is definitely isn't he cute? Come on.
He's adorable. And I hope they do a better job of having them actually hold their accessories because I can't tell you like how much these retro the original ones, the first wave like all dropped their guns and then the second wave it's a little better, but I think it's been improving
Yeah,
one after the other. So
I think so too.
yeah.
Yeah, and then so I was actually surprised that they kind of gave this Tusken Raider more of that, uh, first Star Wars: A New Hope feel with the, with
Hmm.
this kind of more tan soft goods. But I guess he kind of looks like the one that they're showing in the picture. But they could have made a ton more of these because there is that clan that just
Oh
has
yeah.
different looks to them. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that one's really cool though. I love
yes,
and they call him a Tuscan warrior here. I love
yes,
his gaffy stick and I love the soft goods robe. And it's wonderful because it's got like the same vintage head sculpt as original Tuscan Raider, which is rad.
yes,
They did a really awesome job on this one. This
yeah,
is a must have. You gotta
yeah. I
get
think
a
so too.
couple of these. And yeah,
Yeah, I like the little paint apps on the belt too. It's
yeah,
just kind of adds
that looks
add
great.
add add some
He
flair.
some flair. He's gonna be riding my Stan Solo Bantha. That'll be his new ride.
All right, we got Kersantin, which he was a bounty hunter in the Book of Boba Fett, and Boba Fett talked him into working with him, which is cool. And I actually like that this is kind of it's a new sculpt, and it's not just a reuse of the Chewbacca
Hmm.
mold that they had
Yeah,
released. So I think
yeah,
definitely with the armor that he had too. I think it's a cool nod to his representation in the Book of Boba Fett. I'm actually waiting
yep,
for a proper Black Series figure of this one too. So,
yeah,
by the way,
yeah. They gotta do a good version of him. But I like kind of that rounded slick back hair that he has because it
Mhm.
really has that vintage Chewy feel. But then it looks totally different. Like it's not Chewbacca,
Yeah,
obviously.
I love his
But they
like
nailed it.
brass
Yeah,
knuckles.
exactly.
Yeah,
And then
here's
he's got his Wookiee braids. Yeah.
yeah, here's how he looked in the series. I love the look on this guy's like, what the heck is this? But yeah, totally digging this figure.
Yeah.
I like it a
Yeah, that
lot.
one's cool.
Oh yes, and we finally have Cad Bane, and I'm not going to spoil what happened in the Book of Boba Fett with Cad Bane, but if you haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett, highly recommend that you watch it. Cad Bane, I thought they did a really amazing job with just how they treated his hoses that come out of his neck
Oh
there,
yeah.
or his cheeks, wherever they come.
Mhm.
He's kind of like the old Western, kind of nod
Mhm.
to, like, it's like the Clint Eastwood of of Star
Yeah,
Wars.
and like how he's got his like 2 6-shooters like ready to
Hmm.
just like in his hands. Like that
Oh,
looks really
totally.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So yeah, I definitely love the way they did this one, and yeah, with the his gun belt,
His belt.
also his
Yep.
ammo around his boots, and just the face
You know
sculpt,
what
like,
would it have been cool if they actually gave him like a vinyl, kind of jacket or robe
yeah,
type thing rather than just sculpting it on him? That was a
yes,
little bit of a miss, I think, on
hmm
Hasbro's part, because that would have looked really cool if they just gave him
that
like a
would.
long kind of vinyl jacket.
I would
Right.
like that. Yeah, because you can totally see it here, right?
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe somebody can make a custom one. You just throw it
I'm
on
sure.
there. I'm sure maybe Stan Solo will. He makes some very cool
Oh yeah,
custom
he
custom
probably
vinyl
could.
clips. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, and then I think the last one on the list is Fennec Shand, and very happy to see her represented in the Star Wars Retro Collection. She's a badass, both the in the Book of Boba Fett. I think, yeah, she's awesome. She's also appeared in the Clone Wars animated series, so yeah, she's a lethal assassin, which is awesome, and a bounty
Yeah,
hunter.
she is.
So,
But she looks incredible there. And by the way, guys, spoiler alert, Darth Vader is Luke's father.
oh
Thank you,
geez.
Clint, for letting us all know that. If you did not know that, then I guess you've been living in a cave for
Right.
40 years. That's a long time spoiler.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
ruined Brick Something's day, or maybe his year,
Yeah,
so his mind is
just
blown
like Santa
with that
Claus is
one.
not real. It goes
Wait,
in that
what?
same vein.
What are you talking
You
about?
did not know that?
Of course there is. What are you doing?
Oh no! I just ruined Michael's day.
That's impossible.
Sorry, you guys did not hear that. He comes every, December 24th at midnight, and just December 25th, and drops all those
Yeah.
cool toys off for you. Not the UPS or FedEx driver that
No.
delivers everything we all buy.
Is anyone collecting these in the chat? I'm just curious. Like, yeah. But
Luke says that he loves the retro collection. That's awesome.
yes.
I think
Yes.
it's a part of the problem is that for the first time when the first couple waves came out, they were really hard to get. Like the New Hope figures were
Mhm.
impossible to find, and
Yeah.
then the Empire Strikes Back figures, like those were kind of hard to get too for a while. But after that, when they started doing kind of more of the sublines like Mando and the other stuff, they were pretty easy to get. But the main like trilogy movies, they were hard to buy.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. I
I'm
remember
glad they're making it easier, right?
yeah, I remember seeing these in Target, and yeah, that
Yeah, the Mando figures were pretty easy to get.
yeah. Or also there was the first set of New Hope figures were released in Target, but I only saw them for like a
Yeah,
week.
they were, but
Saw them again.
at my Target, they were impossible to find. You know where they were putting them, Michael?
Where?
Because they got released around Father's Day. If your store got them, they would get one box, and they were over in the men's clothing department, like where they sometimes put like
Yeah.
kind of gifty stuff, like hats and stuff like that. That's where they were putting them on their planogram, which was so stupid. And if you were in the know, you'd find it at your Target. You get the one pack of 6 figures, and you get the heck out of there because they were down here. They were impossible to find. But I'm so glad they're more readily available. And I know by the time they got around to Empire, the poor Lando was like clogging the pegs at
Yeah.
Target because that's all they would ship. And I
Miss
love that
Troy.
Lando. I mean, he's super
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Lando is great. Everyone
Yeah.
likes a good Lando. Miss Troy is actually picking these up, which is great. Giraffe. Let's see. Does a retro collection have vehicles? Giraffe says. So no, and
No,
I'm
I wish
actually
they
waiting
did.
for them to do vehicles. So I think that would be
Mhm.
fantastic if they did. I mean, like
Yeah.
they just need to redo this whole line in the retro collection. And also Hasbro,
Yeah.
please do the GI Joe 3 3/4 inch line the way that you're doing this
Oh my
retro line,
God.
please. So.
Yes, we need more O-ring figures, definitely.
Jace Traber, what
I
is
think
up, my friend? I collect the retro collection, but mostly the original trilogy. Yeah, I
Mhm.
love the original trilogy figures, but I'm so into the Mandalorian and also the Book of Boba Fett, and also like they're coming out with an Ahsoka spinoff as well. So I'm just I'm in deep with the new media, the old media, all of it. Just give me
Mhm.
more.
Yeah, I'm so excited that they went down the road with more retro collection figures. And I was a little surprised with this new wave of Return of the Jedi figures that they didn't do a release of a never released figure like on a.
Mm,
It was kind of annoying because it was always like on a board game or something like that. But it was cool to get like that seventh figure in the wave that
yeah,
like was never released for that movie. And they didn't do that this time around for the Return of the Jedi figures. I was a little surprised. Maybe because there
yeah,
wasn't something to pack it in extra.
yeah.
Mm,
Well, we'll see.
yeah.
Maybe I'm sure they'll make more Return of the Jedi figures. So yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they're they
yeah.
they they
We
shouldn't
need
stop
some
here.
Ewoks, right?
Oh
We
yeah,
need we need a lot of
everyone's
things.
favorite, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, and like how
definitely.
cool would that if they came out with the Star Wars retro collection Ewok Endor playset? That would be awesome.
Oh my god, the Ewok Village. I actually have, the vintage one thanks to, the Baroness of Toys, thank you out
Oh,
there,
that.
did give me a retro Ewok Village a couple years back, and it was the centerpiece of my display and has gotten since displaced with now my HasLab Sky Striker took over its spot, unfortunately.
Oh,
But,
bummer.
that would be so cool for them to release a new one. I mean,
Oh,
40th
totally,
anniversary? Come on. You can do it, Hasbro.
totally. Yeah, and
HasLab.
thicken your card backs too while you're at it.
Oh my god, please. And get rid of the faux wear on the cards. Like we've had that. It's just enough already.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We are gonna wind down. We have had a
Mhm.
blast with all of you today, and yeah, hopefully, if you came in late and you did miss the MOTU news surprise, you can you can find it on our website. I know that I think one person jumped in, to the chat and was like, "Am I?" Am I did I miss the MOTU news? But yeah, it's here. So it's up in
Yeah.
the first slot, the Ram Man and Clawful update. If you missed it, plus a bunch of other stuff that you might have missed during the
Everything
week.
we're covering is all on our website. So make sure to head over to toyhabits.com. We have incredible pictures, links, everything you need. It's an amazing resource to get all your toy news. So you're never going to miss anything if you go check out our website. We've got all the information for you.
Yes, yeah, seeing a bunch of love for that Haya Cobra Commander in the chat, and yeah,
Oh
I think that's
yeah.
definitely something that is awesome. And if you do shop Entertainment Earth, we have a link to save you 10% off and get yourself free shipping. And they've raised the shipping to 59 plus. So, but basically, if you
Yep.
click the banner on the top, it automatically applies the coupon code for in stock items. So it does not apply to pre orders, but the only thing that it doesn't work with, unfortunately, is the Thunder tanks. If you're,
Oh my god, I know. Like the free shipping, like it won't give you that. It will give you the 10% off, but then the shipping isn't correct.
yes,
And if you forget to click on the link or you're not there and you're just shopping on an Entertainment Earth, just type in toy habits into the coupon code. Just have the little song in your head, toy habits, and then you'll save 10% on your in stock items. So don't forget.
totally. But yeah, you can
Yeah.
you can keep up with us on the website. We're constantly looking for news and news from us, news from other sources to keep everybody
Mhm.
informed. So Toy
Yeah.
Sorceress, where can people find us if you want to chat or have news?
So you can find us on toyhabits.com and click on the contact link on there, or go to Instagram to Toy Habits website, or you can even go to Toy Sorceress on Instagram and just, send us a direct message and we'll be happy to talk to you.
Yes, we are always happy to chat. And it was
Yes.
amazing hanging out with everyone here. And we can't wait to see you all again next week. Who knows? We might have an impromptu live stream midweek. You never know, just depending on what's dropping or any emails that we get. So I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your Saturday and weekend. And we will see you next week, possibly midweek. Who knows? You'll never know when we're going to show up. But you will know that we will.
If the toy news is there, we'll be there.
All right, y'all. Well, have a great weekend and enjoy the rest of your night.